We're going to begin with answering the question, what is Fibre Channel? What's it made of? What are all these different port types? We're going to go over the Fibre Channel fundamentals. So what is Fibre Channel anyway? Well, essentially, it's the network, the fabric that's used by hosts and servers to access storage. It's the original storage area network protocol. Fibre Channel has a variety of different speeds that it supports. We're going to run Fibre Channel at 8, 16, 32, and now 64 gigabits on Cisco equipment. Fibre Channel supports a variety of storage access commands. Fibre Channel can send SCSI for tape drives and disks, and it can also send NVMe, which is non-volatile memory express, commands which are going to access solid-state drives. Fibre Channel is made up of dedicated equipment. We're going to have special Fibre Channel adapters, cables, and Cisco switches. All of these together make up the Fibre Channel fabric or Fibre Channel network. Within the Fibre Channel fabric, the client is the initiator and the storage system is the target. Fibre Channel switches have domain IDs, and these are used to identify them to all of the other switches in the fabric. These domain IDs are automatically assigned by the principal switch, and this principal switch is automatically elected. So as administrators, we don't have to configure the domain IDs, and we don't have to hand them out. That's taken care of for us. In Fibre Channel, we have port types. In fact, we have a lot of port types. It's something that we're going to look at now, and we're going to continue throughout this course. So if all of these different port types don't quite make sense yet, they will. Just stick with it. We have the N port. This is the node port. This is a server that connects to the Fibre Channel network. You plug in the host bus adapter, that's an N port. And it's going to plug into the Fibre Channel switch, which is the F port, the fabric port. And then we have the E port. This is when we connect two switches together. Now, this is when all of the devices belong to a single vSAN, which is very much like a VLAN. When we talk about Ethernet, we have all devices are in one VLAN. They're access ports. Well, that's what N, F, and E are, single VLAN. If we have multiple VLANs, then we have to have a trunk. Well, it's the same concept in Fibre Channel. As we'll see in the next slide, when we trunk ports and we have multiple vSANs, we're going to need TE and TF ports. The TE port connects two Fibre Channel switches together. So does the E port. So what's the difference? The TE port is a trunk, and that's going to send multiple vSANs between the two switches. This is very much like a trunk in Ethernet using VLANs. Trunking two Cisco switches together creates an EISL, an Enhanced Interswitch Link. Recall from Ethernet, an interswitch link is a VLAN trunking protocol. An ISL is simply a link between two Fibre Channel switches. If you're going to send multiple vSANs, if you have a trunk, then that is an EISL. The TF port is used to connect to a TN port. So again, it's all about trunking. If you're going to be sending multiple vSANs to a server, then it's no longer just an F port, it's a TF port, multiple vSANs. If you have a server that's communicating multiple vSANs, then it's no longer an N port, it's a TN port. This is also going to create an enhanced ISL link between the host and the switch. The FL port is going to be used to connect to NL ports. These are loop ports that are going to be used when we create a Fibre Channel loop network, very similar to Token Ring in the physical design. So FL ports and NL ports are used to create a looped Fibre Channel network topology, and we're not going to spend much time working with those throughout this course. Interfaces that are configured in auto mode can operate in F port, FL port, E port, TE port, or TF port. They'll automatically detect the mode when we initialize the interface. And as we mentioned, Fibre Channel port type is a topic that we're going to continue to address throughout the course. So if you're not quite sure what all of these different port types do, don't sweat it. As we progress through the course, you will know exactly what each port type does and where it fits in the overall Fibre Channel network.